There's a moment we all recognize, that tightening in the chest when deadlines converge, that shallow flutter of breath before a difficult conversation, the racing thoughts that arrive uninvited at 3 a.m. We've been taught to push through stress, to manage it with willpower or distraction. But what if the answer isn't about controlling our minds at all? What if the key to genuine calm has been with us all along, hidden in plain sight with every breath we take? Your breath is not just a biological function. It's a direct line of communication between your conscious mind and your autonomic nervous system, the part of you that operates beneath awareness, regulating heart rate, digestion, and your body's threat response. Most systems in your body run on autopilot, beyond your conscious control. You cannot simply decide to lower your blood pressure or slow your heart rate through willpower alone. But breathing is different. It exists in both worlds, automatic when ignored, yet completely responsive to intention when engaged. This makes breath extraordinary. When you deliberately slow your breathing, extending each exhale beyond the length of your inhale, you activate your vagus nerve, a wandering highway of neural fibers that runs from your brainstem down through your chest and abdomen. This nerve is the master conductor of your parasympathetic nervous system, often called the rest and digest state. As you breathe slowly and deeply, the vagus nerve sends signals that lower your heart rate, reduce cortisol production, and tell your body that it's safe. This isn't metaphorical relaxation. It's measurable, physiological change happening in real time. Research has shown that a breathing pattern of approximately 6 breaths per minute, inhaling for about 4 to 5 seconds, then exhaling for 5 to 6 seconds, creates what scientists call resonance frequency breathing. At this rhythm, your heart rate variability increases, meaning your heart becomes more adaptable, more responsive. High heart rate variability is a marker of resilience, both physical and psychological. It indicates a nervous system that can shift smoothly between action and rest, between engagement and recovery. This is the opposite of the rigid, locked-in stress state where your heart pounds at a fixed, elevated rate. But here's where breathing becomes more than a relaxation technique. It becomes a narrative rewriter. When stress hits, your body interprets it as threat. Your amygdala, the brain's alarm system, sounds the alert. Stress hormones flood your bloodstream. Your perception narrows, focusing only on the danger, real or imagined. In this state, a critical email feels like a physical attack. A challenging project becomes insurmountable. Your inner narrative shifts. I can't handle this. Something's wrong. I'm overwhelmed. Yet when you engage in focused breathing, you interrupt this cascade before it fully crystallizes. The deliberate act of extending your exhale sends a counter-signal to your brain. We are safe. There is time. We can respond rather than react. This isn't about denying the stressor or pretending pressure doesn't exist. It's about changing your relationship to it. The deadline still exists, but your body no longer interprets it as a mortal threat. The difficult conversation still awaits, but your nervous system remains regulated enough for you to access your full cognitive capacity. Your creativity, your clarity, your ability to see options rather than only obstacles. Studies using brain imaging have revealed something remarkable. Regular breathing practices actually change the structure and function of brain regions associated with emotion regulation and self-awareness. The insula, which processes internal body sensations, becomes more active and more refined in people who practice breath-focused techniques. This means you become more attuned to your body's signals before they escalate into full-blown panic or anxiety. You notice the early whisper of stress rather than only recognizing it when it's shouting. This early awareness creates choice, the space between stimulus and response where freedom lives. There's also a profound shift in how you perceive time itself. When you're stressed, time feels compressed, urgent, racing away. Minutes feel like seconds. But when you settle into rhythmic breathing, your perception of time expands. Suddenly there's enough of it. This psychological shift is supported by your physiology. When your nervous system calms, your brain literally processes temporal information differently. Tasks that felt impossibly urgent begin to feel manageable. The future stops feeling like an approaching avalanche and becomes simply the next moment, then the next. What makes this practice so powerful is its portability and immediacy. You don't need equipment, apps, or perfect conditions. You don't need to wait for the right moment or the right mood. Your breath is always with you, always accessible. In a meeting where tension rises, you can subtly slow your breathing without anyone noticing. Before a presentation, you can spend 60 seconds establishing your rhythm. Upon waking to anxious thoughts, you can anchor yourself before even leaving bed. The practice meets you wherever you are. Perhaps most importantly, focused breathing reframes stress from enemy to information. Instead of something to eliminate or suppress, pressure becomes a signal, a call to return to your breath, to reconnect with your body, to choose your response. This shift is transformative because it moves you from a posture of defensiveness to one of empowerment. You're no longer at the mercy of your stress response. You're in dialogue with it, using your breath as the language of that conversation. As we move deeper into this practice, you'll discover that this one habit, deliberate, focused breathing, isn't merely a coping mechanism for difficult moments. It's a complete reorientation toward how you inhabit your body and navigate your inner world. It's the foundation for lasting calm, not as the absence of challenge, but as the presence of steadiness within it.